There's a lot of fears around artificial intelligence right now. And in fact, there's also a whole lot of ambition and hope around what artificial intelligence and technology and innovation can do for the future. And it seems like the debates are all about, will it create jobs or will it destroy jobs? I actually think there's something that's much more interesting to talk about. There have been many research papers written about these technologies and about the economy and about jobs. And amazingly, none of them have written about people, as though somehow understanding the future and our place in it doesn't require knowing us. In my work, I get to look at people from so many different angles. At my think tank, we research education, workforce, mental health, inclusion, so many different interesting areas, but it all comes down to the same thing, which is that every human life has value. Everyone can be amazing. And when we look at that through the lens of artificial intelligence, the question isn't, will there be more jobs or won't there? Because the answer is there will be, but very few people will be qualified to hold the really interesting jobs. We'll have a world full of these amazing, high creative positions, and then a whole generation of people trained to do what they're told. Whether they went to university or not, we're still just doing the same thing. Read a spreadsheet, give me a risk assessment, look at this x-ray, read this contract and tell me how many loopholes there are. The heart of all of that should be, what am I uniquely bringing here? What's different about me than any other person in the world? Yet the way we've looked at jobs and education for 200 years has been, what makes you exactly the same? How can I build a machine with you as a component? What we need now is a world where what makes you unique is what makes you valuable. We need a whole generation raised with the courage to create, because it takes a lot of courage to tell your boss that they're wrong, to choose a career that your parents didn't choose for you, to disagree with your best friends. Turns out none of that's easy, and none of it happens just because there's an economic trend. If everyone who wanted to be artists and scientists were today, we'd have exactly as many artists and scientists as we already have. Otherwise, there'd be a line in front of every library and every art studio, and there isn't. We need to rethink everything that we do, whether it's here in Rio, in Brazil, around the world, around how do we build explorers? I don't care whether you know how to program. I don't care whether you know how to factorize a polynomial or read a spreadsheet. I care whether you can explore the unknown, because that is the one thing I can't build an artificial intelligence to do for me. And so there's going to be these big changes. And in fact, it lays a choice out in front of us. Will we build machines that do things for us, things we can already do for ourselves? As economists call it, a substitution. Or will we make the very challenging choice to only build machines that make us better? From the day we're born, throughout our entire lives, us as individuals, as communities, as a whole world. It's always easier to substitute. It's always easier to be lazy and to keep doing what we've been doing. In my research, we have found those qualities about people that predict the best life outcomes. And it turns out those are the very same qualities that will make us robot-proof. We need to embrace that and start building explorers today.